Prepare yourself for a number of changes at FC Barcelona, the journalist's headlines claim. Indeed, a full-on revolution is coming to Barça. Xavi has been sacked after a few dramatic weeks, with Hansi Flick stepping in to replace him. Joan Laporta will finally realize his dream as a chairman, since he always wanted to see a top-tier German manager at the Camp Nou. By the way, he has already packed his bags and is preparing to move in. Guys, are you ready for a brand new Barcelona that will blow away everyone in its path? Would think that absolutely nobody is ready for the typhoon unleashed by the arrival of the former Bayern Munich and Germany coach in the capital of Catalonia. The Inside Football channel is in a hurry to tell you how Hansi Flick will build the new, powerful Barcelona squad. Let's get into it! Well, we don't envy Barcelona fans right now. Joan Laporta shamefully sacked Xavi after announcing the Barca legend's stay at the club for one more season on April 25th, after much convincing to do so. The circus show ended quickly enough, and on May 24th, the coach's dismissal was announced. Nevertheless, Laporta is confident in his decision, making a huge bet on Hansi Flick, a bet that is directly related to the future of the club's president. If the German coach flops, the club's socios will pass a vote of no confidence in the official, leading to Joan's resignation. Still, the very fact of Barca's management taking this risky step tells us one thing: the club counts on Flick's candidacy, and they truly believe that he is the only right man to carry on the Xavi project. First time Barcelona has signed a coach who has previously won the Champions League since Van Gaal in 2002, notes journalist Rafael Hernandez, and this is a detail worth paying attention to. Barca has hired an experienced manager who has already made a name for himself with spectacular victories. For instance, the most successful season of his career was 2019-20, when his Bayern Munich side thrashed Barcelona 8-2 in the Champions League quarterfinals and eventually won the trophy that season, defeating PSG in the final. Laporta wants to battle Real Madrid in La Liga and the Champions League, which is why a decorated coach is a must for the team to raise its bar. Flick himself has already managed to impress Barcelona's board with his willingness to lead the team. He has already attended a Barca match once, but that was kept secret. Secondly, the German boss had turned down Chelsea's offer. Thirdly, Hansi has been actively preparing for his new job since February. He's currently learning the local language, not to mention his meeting with Guardiola, meant to get to know more about the club's operations. From the moment he received the offer from the Spanish giants, Hansi was determined to fulfill one task: lead the legendary club and bring it back to the pinnacle of world football. The coach's determination is at the highest level, and he will make every effort to achieve the goal set by the club. Hansi Flick is Joan Laporta's secret weapon against Real Madrid, who, although losing Kroos, will bring in Kylian Mbappe himself this summer. Xavi's words in the club's struggle to compete with the Merengues due to the financial situation hit the president hard, though Flick seems all set for the grand battle of the 2024-25 campaign. With the appointment of Hansi Flick, Barcelona want to start winning as soon as possible. Reports journalist Mateo Moreta, which means only one thing: Barca's board of directors is excited about the 59-year-old's plan. There are a number of reasons for Barca choosing Hansi Flick: his attitude and experience in coaching. The club felt he has a prepared profile for the bench. How he managed a top club like Bayern Munich. Knows how to manage big personalities in locker room. Prioritizes rules and discipline. Flick won't demand new signings from Barcelona's management this summer and sees potential in the current roster, a key difference from Xavi, who directly expressed the need for big transfers to get the team to the next level. The newly minted head coach is aware of the Catalan club's difficult economic situation, which means that market opportunities are quite limited. The German plans to give a lot of playing minutes to youngsters. Flick is also convinced that he will need to focus on fitness while working with the players. He wants them to be able to initiate active and aggressive pressing, Sport S notes. We all saw how Flick and his coaching staff could upgrade footballers to unprecedented sizes during his tenure at Bayern. Stunning photos of Robert Lewandowski, Alphonso Davies, and Leon Goretzka's form went viral. Barca bloggers are already cracking jokes on Twitter regarding this matter, like Hansi Flick's dog. And here we can see what kind of monsters Lewandowski, Pedri, Joao Felix, and Lamine Yamal will turn into after Flick's training sessions. Leave a like if you found these memes funny, especially the look of Pedri and Yamal. Hansi Flick believes that Barça is a super top club where he can do something historical. He is eager to restore a positive atmosphere at Barça and believes in the immense quality of the players. Indeed, this season at times, the Catalans have hardly matched their 2022-23 selves in terms of performance, and there is a reason for that. Everyone inside the club feels exhausted. They'll get criticized for whatever they do. They are aware of the pressure to be at this club and how toxic the environment can become. Journalist Alex Pintanel shares the feelings of the first team's performers. If Hansi and his staff succeed in restoring the confidence of the club's representatives, we can see a truly historic team in action, which will be able to show their 100% on the biggest stages. The iconic Lothar Matthäus is convinced Flick and Barca are made for each other. Moreover, we could all possibly witness the reincarnation of Pep Guardiola's tremendous squad. Flick's style suits Barcelona. Hansi wants his teams to play attacking and attractive. With Pep Guardiola, Barcelona were a spectacle and played excellent football, and with Hansi you can find that magic again. As a team nationally, he made Gündoğan captain, which shows their special relationship. He will also organize young gems because he is a promoter of talents. I'm happy that he is going there, and now he can join an absolutely global club. On Twitter, the following clips of Bayern Munich's 2019-20 season run are already becoming viral. Impressive, isn't it? But will Hansi Flick be able to build such a machine at FC Barcelona? Will he have the necessary profiles to pull it off? If Hansi Flick becomes the next Barca coach, Barca fans should mentally prepare to part ways with some favorite players. More than half of the current players do not fit his style and physicality he requires for extremely high pressing, high intensity, high-line football. Well, these options are quite reasonable. To compete with big clubs like Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, PSG, Arsenal, Inter, and others, first and foremost, you have to be strong physically. Real Madrid began to win the Champions League quite often after the arrival of the legendary fitness coach Antonio Pintus. His oxygen masks became an axiom of success. Under his guidance, Los Blancos can actually capture their fourth Champions League cup. Therefore, we can expect a revolutionary lineup overhaul. Hansi Flick's tactical concept requires a 4-2-3-1 formation as the main one. And here are the roles that will be assigned to the positions. Let's get going! The dominant goalkeeper is Ter Stegen, no doubt about it. Barca is looking for a reliable alternative to the German, which they see in 20-year-old Mio Backhaus, who belongs to Werder Bremen and played on loan at FC Volendam this season. He was named Eredivisie's best goalkeeper despite his club being relegated. The two centre-backs profiles labeled as garden wall and technician left-footed could be found in Ronald Araujo and Pau Cubarsí, who despite being right-footed, is Blaugrana's best defender when it comes to passing quality. However, there are other candidates such as Koundé, Christensen, Inigo Martinez, and Mikhail Faye from Barça Athletic. Jules Koundé could be a perfect fit for the role of an offensive right-back, who can be transformed into a centre-back. Actor Fort or Landry Farray of La Masia are likely to emerge as other choices here. The offensive left-back is Alejandro Balde with Alex Valle as an alternative pick. Among other things, reports suggest that Flick intends to bolster the flanks of Barcelona's defense and will consider various alternatives in the transfer market, so there may be surprises. Moving on. Physical midfielder. This position may unexpectedly be taken by Xavi, who will take on the role of a bulldog capable of tackling any opponent. However, there can be another scenario in which Barcelona will enter the transfer market and sign Joshua Kimmich, the #1 target for Hansi Flick. Besides, let's not forget about the likely transfer of Guido Rodriguez, whose move has already been approved by the new coach, as well as Christensen's profile. On top of that, Flick is a fan of Ezequiel Palacios, Bayern's 25-year-old midfielder, but in this case, everything will depend on the economic situation. Alongside him will operate build-up central midfielder, the role that can be performed by Gundogan, Frankie and Pedri. Okay, we see a certain overload here, so we cannot rule out the departure of De Jong, who has the highest salary at the club and doesn't meet the club board's expectations. Midfielder with goal-scoring instincts is the perfect description for Fermin Lopez. Yet, we shouldn't rule out Pedri or Xavi showing their potential in new directions. Plus, the experienced lion Ilkay Gundogan is always ready to take on this job. Goal scorer right winger is Lamine Yamal. We are afraid to imagine what kind of monster Hansi Flick and his team could turn the boy into, to be honest. On the other hand, there are also rumors of the Spanish giants being keen on getting Leroy Sané, whose contract expires in the summer of 2026. And then there is Rafinha, who fits the bill too. Next up, we have the 1 versus 1 winger, a problematic position which will most likely force the club to enter the transfer market. It feels like Blaugrana will soon offload someone from the Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Vitor Roque trio and use the proceeds to buy one of the two options, Nico Williams or Luis Diaz. If their asking price is too high, Barcelona will focus on the loan of Xavi Simons, who could perfectly cover this position on a pitch. Our goalscorer number 9 is Lewandowski, who will be delighted to work with Flick once again. As of today, Vitor Roque, Ferran Torres and Marc Guiu are available as Robert's replacements. The Barcelona bosses consider this season's Pichichi Trophy winner, Girona ace Artem Dovbyk, a possible pick to bolster the slot. Folks, this is just the beginning of Hansi Flick's journey, but we are so excited about the trip. It's worth taking a shot. Share your thoughts on the renewed Barcelona in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the Inside Football channel. Check out these suggested videos and have a great day. Bye bye.